And he did.
I don't believe you.
I'm dead serious.
You've always been mom's favorite, and I've always been dad's favorite.
No, he's always told me, you can't tell your brothers, I'll kill you, but...
Oh, that's bull. I don't believe that at all.
But lately...
I don't believe that.
I asked him, I was like, am I your favorite? And he's like...
Now that he told you...
He's like, I don't have a favorite.
Whatever.
I'm like, yeah,
yes,
he does now. He's got a different favorite now.
Aaron. The middle brother. You want to know something I just remembered that I've never thought of?
What's that?
Later in life. Aaron was Granny Julia's favorite. She said it all the time. Like, he was openly her favorite. Mm-hmm. Isn't that funny? Mm-hmm. Anyways.
Welcome to the Leadership Kit.
What's up, gang? We're super happy you're here with us this Monday and that you're here. This is the 1 month of the year that has no holidays. No holidays in August.
Except my birthday.
Yeah, that was last week, bro. We didn't even talk about it on the channel last week.
It's still my birth month, though.
Yeah.
So.
That's not worth a national holiday. It doesn't count. Is this the only month without a national? I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't know. I've never even thought about that before.
I think about it every year.
What's in March?
I don't know.
What's in May? You got Martin Luther King.
St. Patrick's Day. All I know is August got nothing.
I think you're right.
We don't celebrate anything in August.
There's not enough room for a national holiday with my birthday.
Yeah, Daniel takes up all of August. But that's what we want to talk about today is celebrating.
Okay, so yeah, today we're talking about celebrating. If you want to duplicate desirable behaviors within your organization, you have to celebrate those things.
Right.
It's a thing I like to call duplicate what you celebrate. Now, it applies as if it's a good thing, but if it's a bad thing, there's another principle that applies called you duplicate what you tolerate.
That's another talk for another time.
That's right. Today we're talking about duplicating what you celebrate.
Right.
This is so easy. Anyone can do it, and you need to be doing it. If someone does something good, you need to celebrate it. Mm-hmm. That's the easiest way to encourage repeated positive behaviors is by positive reinforcement. You encourage them, you thank them, you call them out publicly.
So there's 3 parts that we want to talk about that go into duplicate what you celebrate. And the first one of the 3 is you've got to define what's important. Define winning. Define success.
Yeah, what does success look like to you? What is your organization's purpose? What's your vision? And what are some things that people can do in your organization that are going to help push it forward? Once you've defined that, then it becomes really easy to figure out the right way to celebrate it. And that brings us to our next point. You should create a celebrating culture. For instance, in my family, our father tells us all the time, I'm proud of you, son. You guys are doing a great job. He tells me, son, you're a great father.
He tells me, son, you're my favorite son.
That's not true. He tells me that.
All we know is he doesn't tell Aaron.
That's a low blow because he's not here to defend himself.
Aaron would tell you he tells him that. You know,
so. he would, but he's wrong because he tells me. Anyways, it's in our family's culture that our dad tells us that he's proud of us. It's just part of what we do. It's not awkward. It's not weird. It's not a big deal, but it means a lot to us every time. And it's just part of our culture. So when people in your organization do something that helps push your organization towards its purpose and its goals, that something that brings success to the organization, it should be commonplace that they get called out in front of everybody and
positively. They get called out in a good way.
It should be commonplace that they get recognized in front of everybody for doing those things that help push the organization forward, that benefited the other people in the organization, that showed that they value what the organization values.
It's so important that if you see it in them, to say it over them.
That's right. You can't just ignore it. Like culture is built on the little conversations that happen in the everyday mundane moments. And so if you never go around and say, great work on that order, great work talking to that person, thank you for cleaning that mess up, and you never congratulate people for their positive behaviors, they're not going to know what is the positive behavior they should be repeating in the organization. And so you have to have that culture that's constantly celebrating.
The third part, along with defining what's winning, celebrating your successes, is also to have systems that celebrate your success.
In my company, if somebody sells a big order, then I automatically get a notification that tells me what just occurred, so that I can then call them out publicly and help create that culture. I don't let anything slip under the radar. If it's happening and it's important to the company, I want to know about it. And so I have systems in place to catch those things. I knew a guy who was an incredible leader, and in his company, he created incentives so that if you were quitting smoking or quitting drinking or going to church, or if you were losing weight, anything to better yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, then you would actually get like a $50 bonus on your paycheck just for bettering yourself. And that was a system he created. He also taught me some things about creating systems. Like, they had a lot of salespeople in their organization, and instead of paying commission to their salespeople, if a salesperson sold something really big and hit a goal, then everybody in the company benefited from it. And so his system created a culture of looking out for each other. Not, hey, that's my customer, what are you doing on my territory? But instead, his system created harmony and created unity and really created a family culture where everyone wanted to help each other out.
And it was clearly a point of success for him, for there to be teamwork and for there to be unity in that. So he made sure that he had systems that helped him to recognize those people.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I would encourage you, once you've defined what's important to you, what does success look like to your organization and to your people, make sure you're celebrating it verbally. Make sure you're creating that culture. And part of creating that culture is you've got to have great systems too that help you create the culture. Systems that celebrate the behaviors that you want repeated, the behaviors that are going to prop up your people and create the environment where they love being there, where they find purpose.
Thank you guys for coming and checking us out this week on the Leadership Kit. So that you can keep up with all the material that we're putting out, make sure you subscribe to this channel. It's not so that we get all the subscriptions. We're not. We just want to make sure that you guys are actually having access to information and material that's going to help you as leaders.
Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing.
We don't know where the subscribe button is right now, otherwise we'd point to it.
I think there's a bell too to get notifications.
Yeah.
I mean,
you don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.